Hi, and welcome back to Coach's Corner. We're going to talk Ponca City boys and girls swimming with our head swim coach, Amanda Porter. And Coach Porter, for you, how many years now?
This is my sixth.
Sixth year as
Yes.
our swim coach. That has gone by pretty quickly, but boy, you're really encouraged about this year's team, who we might mention has already swum several meets so far.
Yes, we started our season November 8th, I believe was the date, and we hosted Edmond, Santa Fe, and Piedmont. My girls and boys team both came out on top there, which was an exciting way to start. We went to Stillwater, and the boys did not have a great showing. I was going to say there's not a good way to say that, but I have 5 boys this year, so they're still holding their own quite well. My girls lost by 4 points at Stillwater. This last weekend, on Saturday, we went to the Bartlesville Invitational, where there were 5 teams, including ourselves. My boys got 4th, and my girls got 2nd. They defeated Bishop Kelly, Bartlesville, and Stillwater, and got a fairly close 2nd to Jinx.
Now, you mentioned some schools there that are powers in swimming that maybe we haven't beaten in the past. Would that be an accurate statement?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Of course, as we know, Jinx with any sport is normally a powerhouse. So for my girls to come in a fairly close 2nd to them was exciting. Swimming points are kind of different. You know, they can beat you by 100 points on the score, but really that means 3 events. And to beat Stillwater, which Stillwater girls are 5A, where we're 6A, but still they always have a strong team. And Bartlesville is 6A, and they always put on a heavy competition at state level, so to beat them was really exciting.
And Edmond Santa Fe, you said, was a good win too.
Oh, Edmond Santa Fe, yes, and we beat them by quite a bit.
Wow, that's outstanding. Now, you mentioned that your numbers are down on your boys. How are your numbers on your girls right
My
now?
numbers on my girls actually went up this year. I think I have 25 active swimmers, so that kind of tells you that about 20 of them are girls. I have a couple of boys that haven't been able to compete because of one reason or the other, but they're still in the water. This weekend I had 2 that were six. So I mean, I have 7 boys, but only 5 went with us this weekend.
Let's talk about some individuals that you might want to highlight, and let's start with the girls team.
Okay. Ellie Roth. She was a transfer student for me last year from Tonkawa. She wasn't able to swim last year because she was a transfer student. She's coming in strong this year as a breaststroker, and always a solid person to depend on as far as relays. I have Samantha Wigley, who is a senior this year. She always does my middle distance, my 200 and my 500. Both are going to be heavy competitors this year when we go to regionals.
Very good. And you mentioned that the boys, only 7 boys, they are going to have to hold up strong for you, aren't they?
Oh, yes. I have, all of them are returning except for one. I have a freshman, and so he's learning the process and whatnot. The rest of them are returning students, swimmers. They're solid. They're solid. Probably if I had to go with a standout boy, it'd be Gage Barrick. He's a sophomore.
Very good. What's the schedule show for us between now and Christmas holiday?
December 5th, we host a home meet. Starts at 6 o'clock. It's free admission to the public, so you guys come out and support your swimmers. And then on the 12th, I believe it is, we go to Bixby Invitational.
And, of course, for those that aren't familiar, the YMCA is where we now host all of our home meets. And
Absolutely.
so I know you're excited about being able to go there. There's plenty of room for people, too.
Oh, yeah. We have great seating for spectators, and we can never have too many.
Has anything changed from OSSAA swimming from last year to this year as far as something that would be that the fans would need to know about? Would it come in the way that they qualify for a state meet, or the way that they take the schools and place them into regionals? Because I know there's only 52 teams that have swimming in the state of Oklahoma, so it's not as clear-cut as, say, a basketball or a football.
And like you said, 52, I think that's a good approximate number. I know that there's 21 of us in 6A, and so they take the top 21 schools, make us 6A, and the rest are 5A. We don't have all the classifications that other sports do. But yeah, not every high school in Oklahoma has a swimming program. You know, there's not very many of us, and in previous years we've went on qualifying times to get to the state level. Well, this year they've shifted us back to regionals. So we'll have a regional swim meet to go to. and then we'll go on to state competition. So a lot has changed in the last year as far as Oklahoma swimming.
So if I'm hearing you correctly, during meets, you could have people qualifying. Now it's all going to come down to regionals. Is that correct?
Yes. Yes. We still have to take our kids to swim meets and stuff like that because your kids just need experience. You know, you have these kids that maybe only swim high school season, and they have to have that experience, that race competitive experience. But yeah, it all comes down to one swim meet, which is, it's pretty stressful. Maybe not so much for the kids because they go out there like clockwork and they know what to do in their events. But for me as a coach, trying to plan what I'm going to have my kids try to qualify in one time is hard, whereas seasons before, I had 11 meets to try to figure out what to qualify them in.
And there's two sports that I can equate to this. One is wrestling and one is swimming, where you really have to work it so that they are at their peak performance for that one weekend or that particular day.
Absolutely. It's a game of chess. And wrestling is a good comparison to it because you trial and error throughout the season, and then it all comes down to one meet. And for a couple of my kids that swim the sprint events, it's 30 seconds or less that your whole season's depending on. So it's a pretty big load to carry.
Wow, absolutely. Well, December 5th, that's a Thursday. Good luck. You'll have a home meet. Who's that against again?
Kingfisher and Ada.
Very good. Amanda Porter, she's our swim coach for our boys and girls at Ponca City High School. She is our special guest on Coach's Corner.